Hop in, nerds, we're playing Halo. Have you guys been playing Halo? It's so freaking cool. There's this time where I was in this Wraith and I was like, skabloom! And I got this rocket launcher and I shot these other two guys, and this other dude, he came around the corner and I made his car blow up and I totally stabbed this other dude in the dick. What? No, I'm amazing at this game. People gotta know. Dude, I'm a god at Halo. Oi, you wanna take this outside? That was mean. Okay. Halo is back. After original Halo creators Bungie unceremoniously handed the reins over to 343 Studios, it finally feels like they got this beast of a franchise under control. The original Bungie-made Halo series is one of the most iconic first-person shooter franchises to ever grace our TV cabinets. And while Halo 4 and Halo Guardians have been honestly kinda trash, 343 finally figured out how to make a Halo game. This looks like Halo, it feels like Halo, hell, it smells like Halo. In fact, I feel comfortable in saying that if Bungie never jumped the Xbox ship to go make Destiny, this is the exact direction they would have gone in. So, let me say it one more time. Halo is back. I personally checked out of Halo after my immeasurable disappointment with Halo 4's multiplayer. While the story was a step in the right direction, I've never been into the franchise for its narrative. Halo isn't really about the plot. I mean, there's red versus blue for that, right? I mean, we'd play Halo even if it didn't have a story. We're all doing that right now anyway. So, 343 shadow dropped the multiplayer for Infinite a few weeks before the single player to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Xbox. Long story short, it's been met with thunderous applause from fans. But can we all also agree that since Infinite was announced, there's been a vibe that this was going to be something different? I mean, at least we hoped. Fans' goodwill was pretty much dried up after the launch of Halo 5, so 343 needed this game to land with a punch. And oh boy, does it do just that. Before I go any further, let's just be clear, this is still the beta. There are features still missing from the game, and things here and there that still need to be tweaked before the full launch. But with that in mind, what we have right now is honestly better than any multiplayer FPS I've played since... yeah, damn, since Halo Reach. I generally try to shy away from talking about graphics in my reviews because I don't have the world's greatest PC and I don't have an Xbox to compare the quality to. But while I may not want to talk about the graphics, I do want to talk about the art direction. The Chief has felt like he was dipped in a thick coat of 2010's FPS grime for the last 10 years. But for Infinite, they've wiped away the Null Noil, stopped cosplaying Gears of War characters, and brought that classic Halo look back. The colors are super vibrant, just like they used to be. The armor feels way more like Halo than whatever the fuck this was. And all the guns and vehicles, old and new, not only look fantastic, but are all faithful to that original Halo flavor. And the maps, damn. Each one feels visually distinct, going from industrial complexes to bases in Rocky Mountains to deserts. And each one has so much attention and detail put into it, right down to the little critters running around. Look at this little fucker. I love him. Everyone, take a minute to give a little prayer to Uncle Phil in the comments for the release of classic maps like Valhalla, Blood Gulch, and Zanzibar, cause that shit would look glorious here. As for the audio, it goes just as hard as the visuals. The soundtrack is full of remastered versions of your favorite Halo tracks, which couldn't be more awesome, cause Halo has always been filled with bangers. My only real issue with the soundtrack here is that I'd love it if they looped the music in actual matches. Now, I know that would make it hard to hear footsteps and gunshots, but there are times when you can feel pretty alone in a big team battle, and the lack of audio is pretty noticeable. The small team battles, on the other hand, never seem to want for sound. Every map is constantly thundering and rattling with gun audio, which showcases how 343 have once again gone back to the roots of the franchise. It seems to me that 343's gun audio has always been previously about making each gun sound cool, which is fair enough, but the result was a bit of an audible soup where you couldn't really tell the difference between the multiple weapons sounding off around you. Bungie, on the other hand, took the approach of making sure every gun sounded unique rather than cool. But now 343 seem to have got the idea. They've reined back their flashy gun audio, favoring Bungie's approach by bringing a distinct sound to each weapon. Which isn't to say that the guns don't sound fucking awesome, because I mean, they do. So the result of this audio design approach is that before you turn a corner, you can already tell what gun the enemy is using via audio cues alone, meaning that you can adjust your approach to a fight accordingly long before you start taking bullets to the face. Plus, weapon identification is carried over to its visual design too. Each weapon has a unique silhouette, which means you can always tell what the enemy is packing at a glance. The only thing that I don't like about the visual design in this game is the speed lines. Am I the only one that keeps confusing them for bullets flying past me? I can't tell you how many times I started sprinting only to suddenly freak out and whip around to... Huh? What? No, I do research. Wait, I'm not ready, I don't have my notes, fuck! Now, you're able to play most of your favorite Halo game modes here, ranging from Slayer to Capture the Flag, Strongholds, and my personal favorite, Oddball. I'm sure even more fan favorites will be back, if not at release, then soon after. And holy shit, when 343 dropped the Forge tools for Infinite, I know we're gonna see a new renaissance of insane player-made creations. Do you guys remember Rooster Teeth's Achievement Horse videos back in the day? Damn, this game's making me nostalgic for some old school Rooster Teeth. Now, some game modes don't feel completely at home on every map, which does lead to some unbalanced games, specifically in single flag Capture the Flag, but when the game modes and maps do work together, it's just like... I mean, it feels like Halo. There are 10 maps available at launch, 7 smaller arena maps, and 3 big team maps. I'm guessing that this is the entire roster that's going to be available at launch, so as I mentioned, no Valhalla or Blood Gulch as of yet, but just to be safe, you know what to do. All in all, it's a pretty damn good roster. Nothing feels out of place to me or like it doesn't belong in the Halo universe. In fact, a few might have even become new favorites of mine. They're all incredibly beautiful, and frankly, it's just making me more and more excited to explore the open world of Zeta Halo when the campaign launches. Soon. Let's talk actual map strategy. Learning about different weapon drops, armor abilities, and where they spawn can obviously give you the edge, especially when you combine that item knowledge with sightline knowledge, flanking opportunities, and routes through the map. It all starts to synergize, and the maps, especially the smaller ones, tend to take on this incredible flow of movement, combat, death, and respawning. When you're in the zone, matches fly by, creating that anomalous one more round mentality until... oh god, not again. Speaking of flanking opportunities and sightlines, I don't think I've ever been this impressed with how well an FPS tuned its combat range. And to those of you asking what the hell combat range is, thanks for asking. Yeah, I know, I'm doing a thing, can you just, you know, thanks. Combat range refers to the intended distance between two players when they engage. This is dependent largely on the map as well as, and most importantly, the weapons being used. You can break every weapon down into 4 categories. I mean, a whole lot more than 4 if you want to get fancy, but let's just go with 4. You got your long range, your medium range, your short range, and your melee. So when I say this game has some of the best combat range tuning I've ever seen, what I'm saying is that as soon as you use a weapon for the first time, you will almost instantly know the range that gun is most viable at. For example, the default assault rifle is a fantastic short to medium range gun that can see you through almost any combat situation the game throws at you. The battle rifle, on the other hand, is a long to medium range weapon good for long sight lines and stopping enemy flying carriers. Bullet spread, recoil, fire rate, and reload speed all play a part in defining the ideal combat range for each gun. And when you figure it out, you transcend to another plane of being, transforming into a Halo god! Or that's what I've heard. The armor abilities have also been done incredibly well. None of them feel too overpowered, and while they could change the tide of a battle in your favor, the enemy team has just as much chance of finding them. Who else thought that the grapple shot was going to be some kind of Apex Legends knockoff? Well, surprisingly it's not. The short range and limited use brings some really creative strategy to the table, and once it's gone, you're back to being just like every other Spartan on the field. And that is, at the end of the day, the thing I love about this game. When a round is done, it doesn't matter how many career kills you've got, how far in the battle pass I am, or what my loadout is. When a new game starts, we're all on the same level playing field. Unless you got my dog shit ass team, where the fuck did you learn to play? I swear to God the other team's using hacks. Go back to Fortnite, bitch! It happened again, didn't it? Now, before I start this next bit, please know that I love this game and I will defend it to the death in the comment section. But this is one of the worst battle passes I've ever seen. So for those of you who are blissfully uninitiated to the dystopian hellscape that is the gaming industry in the last few years, let me introduce you to Battle Pass. What this basically is a way for game publishers to take the cosmetic fun out of a game and sell bits of it back to you every couple months. All battle passes look like this. Seriously, they're all copying each other's homework. And here's how it works. You pay for the season and you get access to additional rewards while leveling up. So a free-to-play player could maybe get a new visor color when they level up, while a paid player would get that same visor color and a new armor piece, for example. I get that 343 has to make its money somewhere, and I truly do commend them on making this game free. Holy shit, dude, did I even mention this game is free? Like, free. Every game needs a carrot on a stick to get you to log in the next day. But when my carrot looks like this, and a paid player's carrot looks like that, well then you're just manufacturing discontent for profit. I've never seen slower progression in the leveling system, and I played WoW back in 2006. You can play all day and go up like 5 levels maybe. That is just not enough carrot and way too much stick. 343 have addressed this in a statement saying that they will be retuning the battle pass, so by the time you see this video, it should be a lot better. But right now, this little guy has more chance of making a lap around the world before you hit level 20. Now, I know what a lot of you are gonna say. The battle pass is just cosmetic, bro. What's the problem? Well, fine, yes, none of this affects gameplay, but damn it, I want my character to look like a badass too. This armor is called Brick. Adding to all of it, the way the armor core system has been implemented makes me hate the battle pass even more. You could unlock a new helmet or weird wrist thing, but each armor part is locked to an armor core. So if you like that new Mach 5 helmet you just unlocked, but you're rocking the Mach 7 gear, well, that's too damn bad. Seriously, all armor parts should be usable on all armor cores, and I will die on this hill. But of course, if you don't want to go through the hassle of unlocking shit through the battle pass, then you can always dip your credit card into the in-game cash shop, where if you act now, you too can look like fucking Optimus Prime? Was that intentional? Look, whatever. I'm not gonna judge you no matter what you decide to do. Lord knows the Final Fantasy in-game cash shop has seen me around way more times than I'd care to admit. So if decking your Spartan out in the freshest summer looks tickles your pickle, then go for it. Halo Infinite is one of the best multiplayer FPS games I've ever played. And as I said before, this game is literally free. And I don't mean that you have to be subscribed to Game Pass. I mean, you can straight up get it for free on Steam. Now, I know that things are subject to change at launch, but right now, this has the bones and soul of something fantastic. I see people getting genuinely excited about the multiplayer FPS genre for the first time in what feels like a decade. And with EA DICE dropping Battlefield 2042 with a thud, we need this kind of excitement. This is a pure, unadulterated Halo game. There are no bells, no whistles, no gimmicks. This isn't Halo but an arena shooter. This isn't Halo but a battle royale. This is Halo, and it's fucking awesome. Whew, another week, another episode done. Thank you so much for sticking around and welcome to the end of the video. If you like this, please leave a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that and join our little growing community we got over here. I really had fun making this video. Like, I normally have fun with these, but man, I really had fun with this. This is such an incredible game. I'm obviously going to be making a video about the campaign when it drops, so look out for that. In the meantime, I am going to have a bit of a crazy week next week, so I'm hoping to still get a breakdown episode out for you on Sunday. So look for that, and obviously Halo the week after that. I briefly mentioned in this review a video essay called Manufacturing Discontent by Folding Ideas. I highly recommend watching that video. It elaborates on a lot of the issues I have with the Battle Pass a lot better than I could in a 15 to 20 minute video. So please, yeah, go check that out. It's not required reading, but it's a great video. Now I need to get to bed. I need to be on a plane in a couple hours. Thank you so much. Check you guys next time, and y'all know this is just my opinion, right?